Everybody, welcome back to Make Poor Choices, live from Other Berries. I'm DB. I'm here with Drew and Bryce.
Quarantine has got everybody a little bit not on their A game.
I was really hoping you'd start off saying, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens."
We could do this again.
No.
Cheers to Tiger King.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
How's it going, guys? Hanging in there with quarantine?
Pandemic 2020. Let's hope we don't have a Pandemic 2021 episode.
Oh,
We won't have a 2021
If that's the
we're
case.
having a fucking still going on.
Are you guys
but-
bored yet?
no.
What's the board scale, 1 to 10?
7,
Okay.
8.
3?
I think I'm fine so far. I don't have kids, thank God. Cheers. How
I'm
are you holding up?
I'm lucky that I get to go away to work for 2 days at a time.
Okay.
So, but my wife, she's got to be losing it because she just.
How
stays at
many
home.
divorces do you think are going to pop up after this? And how many
Divorces
babies
and
are going to be
babies.
born in, what was it, December? Is it 10 months away? 9 months away?
They said in 13 years from now they'll be called quarantines.
Something like that. Oh my God.
Yeah, we drove to Target yesterday to pick up diapers, and it was
Something
the
to
first
do.
time my wife has been more than like 3 blocks from the house in weeks.
Oh God. Yeah. Like
We go on walks every day, but she's just bored.
every time I shave, I'm just like, why? Like,
Who am I gonna see?
Who am I seeing? Like a mirror. Like,
Apparently us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are what do you say? It's optical illusion.
Yeah, we're
But
definitely
we're
more than
definitely
6 feet apart.
keeping our distance, but
See, I can't
this
even
is
touch
a
'em.
The one-
6 foot ruler right here, and so optical illusion, but it works.
the one thing we wanted to do was be able to provide a little content. People, like you said, are bored at home.
Yeah.
So if we can provide a little levity to the situation, that's kind of what we're here to do. Hopefully everybody likes that. But we're going to start a new thing. We've already actually done it in the first two. We're going to kind of make it official. We're going to have the drink of the week,
Mm-hmm.
or of the episode, I should say. And this episode's drink is from Loch and Union. This is their American dry gin. So cheers, boys.
Cute little
Cheers.
grandma glasses.
Shout out Grammy and Grandpa Daddy for the free glasses.
What makes this gin a little bit more special, you'll notice it's got this very herbally flavor. And Colin Baker, who's actually a Long Beach native, this is his company and his creation. It's the Damayana plant from Mexico that provides that herbal kind of flavor in there. He was telling me about it. And it's a pretty cool, different taste on gin, different twist. So I don't know if everybody's had like Hendrix or Tanqueray. Those have very distinct
Yeah.
taste as well.
The,
But
the Hendrix has more of that like elderflower, herbal, lavender type taste to it. I think Tanqueray's is kind of more their basic ones. Kind of.
Gin
I know like the
juice.
Bombay Sapphire is kind of a smooth. Gin has a very distinct flavor.
I haven't had gin in a long time. This is a
Um,
flavor shock.
It's very good. I had a buddy who had a proven system when we were in our early 20s that if he ever wanted to get on the good side of a bartender and have him remember him throughout the night, he would always go and order a shot of gin and tip him highly on that one shot of gin. Because whoever orders a single shot of gin,
Okay. I like
and
this
then he's
style.
like, all right, this guy's weird, but he tips good, so I'm going to keep going back to him. Dude, it worked all the time.
This guy's
Grab a
weird.
bar, and he'd always come back to us. It's awesome. So,
it's an attention grabber.
yeah. So,
All right, I like this style.
I do. I don't know. I can't say I've ever just sipped gin on ice before.
It's pretty good.
This is really good, but I do love a good gin and tonic.
Colin, you did well.
Gin and soda water. Yeah.
You're listening.
Yeah. So, yeah, Colin, we grew up with him. I've known Colin since preschool, and so if they're at Loch and Union on Instagram, so you guys can check it out.
They're in Napa.
They're based in Napa, so yeah, so he's relocated up there. He mentioned that they did that because the wine barrels up there provide. Not to say they're cheap because they don't have to transport them as far, but they have a lot more rich flavors because they have all those Cabernet barrels and all the different.
Are they distilling them in Cabernet barrels, like
I-
red wine?
I think I think he used it as an example, but I think
yeah.
he's just saying they have all the
Oh,
wine
okay.
barrels,
They have
so
all the wine
they
barrels.
can pick
I'm
and
not-
choose what they want to marinate it or
I got
put it in or
questions.
whatever.
I need answers.
Yeah, I'm not
Colin,
sure.
You're listening, Colin.
I've actually talked to him. He wants to come on the podcast. So next time he's in Long Beach and
Yeah.
we're kind of away from this whole quarantine
Quite the
thing.
waiting list to get on the podcast, Colin. So step in line, but we'll see what we can do.
At least number 2 in line.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah. So currently they have this, which is their American dry gin, and they also have a barley gin available. Locally, you can get it at Naples Wine and Spirits,
Mhm.
and I believe they're also in a lot of the Total Wine shops around the state and the
Town
region.
Center and
Town, yeah. So you can pick it up there, but
is the Naples Wine and Spirits formerly the Bottle Shoppy?
correct.
Okay.
Formerly
Yes,
Maury, formerly.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
formerly that.
Yeah.
Whatever they are these days.
Also wanted to lately I noticed on their Instagram they have converted to making hand sanitizer. So they made these huge drums of alcohol for hand sanitizer and shipped them off. And wanted to give a shout out. There's a couple of distilleries here in Long Beach. I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but there is Willie's Tin Shop
Okay.
over behind Roxanne's. The owner of Roxanne's opened this tin distillery here in town, and they've made a whole bunch of
Is it ready now? Like
Yep.
the hand sanitizer?
Yes, they.
Oh,
I think I just saw a post. They were selling it in like Steelhead Coffee.
oh shit.
Yeah, so they have it. It says Long Beach hand sanitizer on it. It's
Oh,
with their
cool.
logo and
That
stuff.
is
It's
really
pretty
cool. Yeah,
dope.
I think
And
I read something online about that.
yeah,
Uh,
I think it was on the Long Beach Post or something.
There
like
was, yeah, I think I probably saw it on Reddit. That's pretty much.
It is weird to finally live in a time of ordering on Amazon and they just don't have it. And you're, what are the next options? Like, okay. It's weird to have that mentality.
We are
You
living
can't-
in the 1920s.
Yeah.
I can't get shit here in 2 days.
We're
What
spoiled.
the fuck am I doing?
But
And then the other company, just to give them a shout out here in Long Beach as well, downtown. I don't know if everybody's been there, but Portuguese Bend, great food, great ambiance, cool spot, and they're making and converting their stills to create a whole bunch of hand sanitizer as well.
That's
So
rad.
it's kind of cool to see the Long Beach community come together and support each other and kind of get that product out when the shelves are empty at the grocery store for
Yeah.
that stuff. So
I feel like the city's been doing really well as far as the social distancing and kind of being respectful and really following just the orders from the governor.
did you see that
and
mayor? Was it the mayor of where? Called people like dipshits? Like straight up, just like yeah, there was no PG.
A
It
mayor
was
of the people.
Yeah, seriously, he's like, just stay in your damn house, you dips.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
man,
But I was reading an article yesterday that was saying that we're slowing down for like as compared to New York. So what we're
Yeah.
doing is working, which is good. And I went to Ralph's yesterday over on 4th Street, the Baby Ralph's, I like to call it. And there's a bunch of toilet paper. So I was like, all right, we got to be, coming around the other end. That or everyone's stocked up for so long that they don't have to buy toilet paper anymore.
stocked up, and then I don't know if you noticed, they started putting limits on things, so
Yeah.
that does make it go a little bit longer, which is nice. So all you hoarders out there,
said that work has slowed down for you,
Mhm.
firefighter. I wonder, like, why? You think there'd be more issues at home that would cause a fire? Is that, were you mostly like on call in residential or what?
We run. I mean, the fire department nowadays. I mean, this is like nationwide. Most of the calls we run are medical.
Okay.
I would say for us especially 90+% of our calls are all medical.
I don't know why I thought there'd be more fires just because people are stuck at home.
And I'm gonna let everyone in on a little secret. A lot of people call 911 for some stupid stuff. So I think people are realizing that A, they don't really need to go, or B, they're just maybe I shouldn't call. And there's less people out.
Why
We're
don't we
out
make a new
doing-
segment called
so-
Call of the Week? And
Yeah.
you should talk about whatever weird call came in that week.
No thanks, but I don't know. I don't like talking about work too much, and I got a lot. I just imagine the worst stuff you've seen. I've seen it, So I can, when it comes up, I can maybe tie in some stuff, but
maybe if there's something that like really funny that happens,
Yeah.
or something, we'll bring it
Yeah.
out on rare occasions.
I can try to, because a lot of that stuff, it's just you don't want to somehow get back to me. So
There we go.
laws, legal. We'll have, I'll talk to my lawyer, but we'll
World's
see.
greatest lawyer, by the way. Not worst. Great. Love you, buddy.
So I saw some stuff online from you over the last couple of days, playing around with your drone and getting some sunrise shots up nice and early.
You get up at
But
4 a.m.
what have you guys been doing to pass the time? I mean, is that kind of it? or?
I got a game for everybody. If you're bored and you have a backyard and you happen to have a crossbow, it's very specific, people out there. But put a deck of cards far away. With the crossbow, play poker or blackjack with whoever you're hanging out with the crossbow.
So just a deck of cards, and you
Just
just
deck of
shoot
cards. Just pin every deck of card up and play.
on what?
I mean, crossbows usually come with like a pad or something to shoot on, a target.
It might be important to tell.
Again, it's very specific.
Your-
People out
your-
there,
your
the people-
fence.
the people in Long Beach know, but if you have a backyard, check it out. Guarantee it passes the time for a couple hours.
You might get a visit from the cops, but
It's a
hey.
crossbow. There's no sound. You're
Where are
good.
you going to get a crossbow these times?
All the
Big
gun-
Five
There's
closed.
a big line at all the gun shops.
Okay.
Is
There's
Turner's
no
up?
line for any of the crossbow places.
Is Turner's
And
back
you don't
open?
need a background check.
And you don't
Probably.
need a background check.
Signal Hill. I don't know.
Mhm. But what have you been up to besides work every few days?
I just had a 5-day electrical nightmare in my garage. That I'm redoing some electrical and
Handyman stuff.
just handyman
Just
stuff.
stuff around the house?
Working on projects, and I've been spending a lot of time with the kids and the wife, and just hanging out. And
How long do you think it's going to last, really?
I don't know. Probably
When-
there.
Over, under?
I would say back to somewhat normal in August.
Oh, fuck. Don't say that.
What-
I was really hoping the word May was going to come out, or June.
No, it's gonna take some time, but it's so funny with people saying like, I don't know what day it is, I don't even know what time it is. Like the only time separator I have is time for coffee or time for alcohol, and I'm thinking like this is like my normal life like every week because
Yeah.
When
my
you're not
schedule is so random. Well, not random, but I work 2 days on, 4 days off.
So you're all okay. So you do have that.
So there's times where, I'll ask someone on an assessment, like, what day of the week it is, and they'll tell me Tuesday, and I'll be like, nah, it's Thursday. And they'll be like, it's actually Wednesday. Just because I'm just, it's hard for me I don't have a typical Monday through Friday schedule, so I'm not on. So all these people I see, they're like, I never know what day it is. I'm like, welcome to my life. Because I am just like, I'll have to frequently ask my wife, like, what day is it? Because I can never remember.
It's a good thing you have that little device in your pocket.
I do have a calendar, so
So
a
that
couple of
helps.
them,
Actually, question for
Terrible
you
at using
people
that.
out there: if I need a place to take the gondolas out of the water and paint them and stuff for the next month, since we're not working, if anybody has a warehouse or a huge lot of land I could rent, please contact me. I'm serious. I
They
need.
need some maintenance.
Well, I figured now's the time to do it. They're not getting used.
Mhm.
Biggest pain in the ass is getting them out of the water, but then where am I going to stick it? So
You should have some free labor.
What?
You should have some free labor. Other people aren't working.
yeah, cool. When are
I
you,
mean,
when are you starting?
Not
Monday.
me.
Yeah, Bryce, I know you're free for
I
this
s-
week.
I got laundry.
I still have a full slate of clients, so luckily for the time being, we're kind of sticking together. Things have toned down a little bit, but we're still trying to inch our ways. I think they say April 30th, we might get
Park
back
them
to
wherever
normal.
you want. There's no street sweeping tickets.
To Joe. Wanted us to talk about street sweeping.
Yeah.
So.
Shout out-
What
shout
about
out
callers, Joe?
I
No,
was just thinking
no.
about that.
It is. Street sweeping's back.
No. They said May
No.
1st.
No, they just got
When did that come out?
It just got extended this
Just
week.
extended. Yeah. May 1st. I know, because I'm going to start parking my car on the street during street
Dude,
sweeping days.
that
and
is-
just sit up there and drink my coffee and watch them go by and then move my car.
I'm a mellow person, but that sound, that octave that street sweeper makes, it just strikes fear into you. Like, I swear to God, you go running outside, you're not yourself.
It's like $70 now
Yeah,
for a street sweeping ticket.
that's why it strikes fear in you, because you're like, well, there went me going out for the week.
$70.
I remember I ran outside once in like boxers to go move my ex-girlfriend's car and realizing my car was on the wrong side as well. And then I'm like, fuck, I have to make a decision here. So I'm in her car and then she goes running out and you're just running from street sweepers. Like, I don't know. I hate street sweepers.
As soon as they go by, you can park there.
Right.
Ooh, it says 9 to 11.
I know.
No.
I've talked to the street sweeping lady.
I think they just
people.
don't give a
Some
shit
of them
about
are nice and some of them aren't so nice. But if you're reason with them, because my cousin he flew to Hawaii and he parked his car in front of her house and then he took his keys with him, and it was street sweeping day and we're like, so I was just standing out there and the lady came back and was like, it's my cousin's car. He went to Hawaii for a week and he took his car keys with him. I can't move it. And she was like, I'll just write you a warning. No big deal, But she's like, I get people who come out here and like start cursing at me, and of course I'm gonna write them a ticket. It's like, a cop. If you're a dick to them, they're gonna be a dick back.
See,
So
I go full
if you
Oscar
try to
mode,
reason with them,
it doesn't work. No, I lift the hood. I put a couple wrenches out. And I look like,
Hey.
hey guys, tow truck's coming. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I
There.
pulled that one before I got out
there
of
you
it.
go. Yeah. Just
Uh-huh.
a little bit of help out there for you guys.
So it'll be interesting to see what Joe says. I don't know what else he wanted us to talk about. I asked him, I was like, what do you mean, like the price? You mean like the fact that how frequent it is or what? He's like, everything. So sounds like he has a little bit of a vendetta against the street sweeper. But the other thing, speaking of the city that's going on right now, have you guys heard that they're letting people out of jail, but then they're threatening to arrest
To
people
put you in jail if you're
on the beach? And some guy the other day just got $1,000 ticket for surfing.
Oh, up in San Pedro, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't
Wait,
remember.
so you
seeing
can't be in the water either?
No, beaches are closed.
I guess he parked at the beach, so he wasn't supposed to technically park there.
Okay,
And then,
yeah,
but
Is
still,
the water closed? Like you can't go in the water?
I don't know what to do.
What if you come in from a boat? And you never touched the sand.
Your Honor, I came in on.
And they're like yelling at you, get out of the water. It's like, no.
My dad lives in San Clemente, and he said a lot of the surf shops are still open. I don't know how. They're not essential, but they're open. You hear about the tall ship that just sank?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, in the harbor down Dana Point?
From a guy who sank a boat before, I mean, much respect. Like,
I think it sank itself down there, though. You had a little bit more.
wow, that was a big boat to sink.
Yeah. I'm jealous. That guy's my hero.
I got a lot to live up
I
with.
stayed the night on that boat when I was in 6th grade, and then we went to science camp like the next day for the weekend, and it was awesome.
Could you imagine being 6th grade, sleeping on that boat, and guys, I'm getting kind of wet over here.
Anyone else getting really wet?
Anything at all.
Well, speaking of boats, did you guys also see what cruised into port recently?
Oh,
Hospital ship
right, yeah.
Mercy.
Mercy.
As
And then
a-
Comfort's on the other.
as a
And
longshoreman,
Comfort
I
just
was a
went
little
in.
nervous about me working down there until I realized it's not coronavirus people.
No, yeah, they're doing it to take the pressure off of the local
Actual
hospitals so that they can then service the
Hey,
coronavirus.
cheers to all the nurses and people in that field.
Yeah,
by the way.
absolutely. Thank you very much for making it happen.
Yeah. God, it would suck to be. I mean, it sucked to be working in the hospital.
It's a pretty
anyways, but
badass boat, though, watching it come in.
It's huge.
Massive.
Yeah.
1,000 beds, like operating rooms, the whole.
Why don't they
it's like
turn the
600.
cruise ships into extra beds? We got 4 sitting outside us right now.
Just chilling out there.
I like
A lot more
they
beds.
can. I mean, I think that's the part that's frustrating the most during this whole shutdown is that you're not seeing on the news, at least. I think it's happening, but you're not seeing them building out all these temporary hospitals and temporary,
It would be
facilities
nice to
because
calm people down.
at the end of the day, that's what's going to help us through this is making sure we can take care of everybody, not necessarily just constantly staying in our own little bubble. That does help, but if we all stay in our own bubble and then we go out 2 months from now, we're going to end up just having a different spike,
Yeah.
and it's just going to get bad all over again. So I think if we can ramp up how we take care of people, and I guess I started to see glimmers of it, so hopefully we'll see more, but then maybe we'll actually start to feel like we can go out and about and feel like that help will be there should people get sick or should there be a spike.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the problem, right? The problem is the capacity to care for people.
Yeah.
It's not the disease itself.
Well, it's a little bit of both. The problem is that when you have to look at it from like a business standpoint, is that there's no hospital out there that's going to stock up respirators and the personal protective equipment you need to have for this kind of pandemic, like a once in a century type pandemic that you're going to have. No hospital out there is going to. All right, I need 1 billion N95 masks. And I need 10,000 respirators. Just in case something like this happens.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem is that we just don't have. We're not prepared for something like this because it's not. It's unimaginable.
Are those masks, is there like an expiration date? Or are they pretty much good to go?
Probably. There's like an expiration date on most. Probably not. I don't know. You'd have to look on the box. It's weird. Like we'll go through our EMS equipment, and there's stuff where you think wouldn't have an expiration date, and it does.
Yeah.
And there's stuff you think it would, and it doesn't. So, I know they've said you can put them in the oven for like at 135 degrees for like 30 minutes, or 150 degrees for 30 minutes, and it'll bake off the bacteria, and you can reuse them.
Okay.
But even as a fire department, we're trying to order supplies and just back ordered, and we can't even get hand sanitizer and stuff like that. So
I do think it's
Tell them about
cool.
the brewery.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell them about because they have bottles here locally, so
Yeah.
they need a local supplier.
yeah, we're good for now, but it's
Yeah.
like if we would eventually run out if it got super busy,
Yeah.
super hectic.
I'm gonna
So
actually
what
check out
we're-
the brewery when this thing's done.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And then speaking of firefighters, did you see where there's been? I think it's up to like 11 to 15 different Long Beach firefighters have come down with coronavirus.
Yeah, it
So-
was like a.
They said 8, and then I've seen a couple of subsequent reports where more. I don't know the total number, but
Yeah, 11's up in Northtown, over on Market and Long Beach Boulevard. I think that was the first place they got them, and they shut the station down and like just deep cleaned it, so the station was closed for like 24 hours. And then I think a couple other stations have had guys test positive from that. I haven't heard anything else.
how are you guys all handling it? How is that kind of the community as the firefighters as a whole feeling?
Concerning for sure. There was an FDNY firefighter who died from it. He was the first line of duty death. I believe that happened in the last couple days. So it's hard. It's such unprecedented times for us as first responders as well. So
Dude,
we're
normal life looks like it's so long ago.
yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
3.5 weeks ago, we were doing whatever we wanted.
We're just basic medical calls. We'll Fires, we pretty much standard operating procedures is what we normally do. Medical calls, we're sending one guy in. He's kind of doing a quick assessment. If they're able to walk, we'll have them walk outside, and then we can stand 6 feet away and do an assessment. We're very little hands-on unless we absolutely have to. It's the more critical patients we'll have where we have to breathe for them. They're in a cardiac arrest type situation where you're having to do more advanced interventions, and that it can get tricky because of how it can go airborne now. So we just play it by ear, and we just hope to God no one in our department tests positive, because then we'll all be screwed because we're such a small department. So
yeah, let us know if you do, right?
yeah, well, I'll be out there probably talking to you guys every day because I'll be so freaking bored. So I don't know.
We'll have to do the next one if you do. We'll do a Zoom meeting. I don't know if you guys seen that. A bunch of companies.
Did you hear? I guess the free version of Zoom is 40 minutes long. So a lot of companies are doing a 35-minute meeting.
Nice.
And so it gives you that, like, just enough minutes. Like, all right, guys, we have a great day. End it right at 40. It looks like you're cheap.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's nice that companies like that are providing that service. It's cool to see companies like MyPillow step up and Procter & Gamble step up, and all these different, what's the Dyson is coming out making ventilators.
Yeah.
So seeing the private industry really come together and solve the problems that we're facing.
I've never
and I know that
until this whole pandemic thing, and now it's like daily.
What?
The Zoom, the FaceTime. I've never used that button, and now it's just really? It's a norm.
Well, my parents live out of the state now, so we've been doing FaceTime a lot more, doing that whole shebang. But it's nice. It's nice it's all built into the phones, and the processors on the phones are good now. Back in the day, you had to use Skype on your computer, and it was still pixelated, and it was still kind of clunky. But now everything is, as long as you don't have grandma or grandpa like constantly moving the phone around.
Yeah.
Moving the phone around, it all comes out pretty clear, and we might even be able to do some Skype interviews and record people for this. So
have people call in or
that'd be actually fun.
Do something. Yeah, just have them come on, and we can still talk and still maintain our social distancing, and be kind of cool.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've seen a lot of, in addition to the community coming together, is there's a big movement with all of the Long Beach brands. There's like the Belmont Shore Business Association, the Visit LB, the City of Long Beach, and a lot of stuff online, really kind of pushing to support local. And at LB Crew, we are every day featuring one restaurant that you can take out from to just kind of, it's not a whole lot of eyeballs, but, a few hundred eyeballs on a business every day that you can then go out and maybe spend a few bucks for takeout. Can I
give a shout out to a new restaurant?
Sure.
So we were I'm tired of cooking all the time. And I know my wife is too, tired of like doing dishes every night. So I was like, let's just order out one night. We got to support a small business in the community. And we ordered from this place called the Thai Guys. And I looked them up. They're on Daisy and like 7th. They're deep. They're way on the other side of town. But they delivered. It was some of the best Thai food I think I've ever had. Ooh. Unbelievable. So
heavy recommendation.
They are a newer. It came up on Yelp as like hot and new, like a recommendation. If you get those, something new opens up in the area. And we had the pad thai, the pad see ew, some veggie egg rolls, and then the red chicken curry. And I was blown away. It was really good.
Speaking of things to go, I'm looking at your hat. Isn't JoJo's doing something to go?
Yeah, they did. I went there last week because I went to go buy eggs.
You can get alcohol now to go.
You can get, it's bottled beer.
Still.
But yeah, so I went in and it was crazy. Like all the bar stools had sheets of paper on it, said no sitting. Like all the tables were like everything was like covered in plastic. And all I wanted to do was, because we had a bunch of hard-boiled eggs at work, I wanted just the mix. And they were like, oh, we don't have any, because they were closed for a week.
Do they sell the mix?
They do. Yeah, it's like $12 or $13.
Oh.
They were limited menu.
They were closed. Well, no, because they were closed for a week. They were so far behind that they weren't even selling eggs. I think I came in but I was in there for and they said there's only 5 people allowed in there at a time. I was in there for maybe 5-10 minutes, and I think 3 other people either called or came in asking for eggs too. But I got a special, and
nice.
I was with my mom, and she had never had one, so I got her one. And they seemed very appreciative of me being in there, because think about it, all their sales are probably alcohol, right?
Well, alcohol and food,
and
lunch. There's a whole crew of guys.
They were probably hurting, and there were still like 6 guys in there working.
There's a whole crew of guys that goes in there probably 2-3 times a week for a special and a beer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They just go in and that's their
Mhm.
their kind of after work deal. So the fact that they've kind of lost that constant
If that
repeat,
place ever closes down, we read.
I think we would start a GoFundMe.
Oh, it would for
Before-
yeah,
before we
there's
let that
no
place
go.
way
Yeah.
it would never.
Think about how many stickers and pictures they have on the walls.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine? I want that for a Black Swan gondola or Tahoe.
It's
That'd
it's-
be awesome.
the one place in Long Beach that I tell people, I tell them it's locally world famous.
Mhm.
I remember getting on a tiny little airplane in Atlanta, Georgia one day, and I had my JoJo shirt on, and two different guys. There's maybe 30 people on this plane.
Yeah.
Two different guys. Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Long Beach, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, but you go to Hawaii. Hawaii's not as big of a deal just because we're so close, and so there's a
Mhm.
lot of people like that do venture that way. But even in Hawaii, you wear the shirt. Someone everywhere I go, if I wear that outside of Long Beach, somebody says something.
Yeah, I wore this hat when I went to the Masters last year, and I like 4 or 5 people were like, "Oh, JoJo's, I love that place."
It's
So
it's crazy.
Think about that. Like, hey, let's start a bar. All we're gonna serve is hot dogs. Like, and it's gonna get famous.
yeah,
Hot dog, peanuts, pretzels, and pickled eggs.
yep.
I am.
Oh, that mustard with the
Oh,
horseradish.
the spicy
Oh,
mustard.
it clears out all the sinuses.
So good though.
You ever had that at
I
Naples
want that so
Ribco?
bad.
It's not on the menu.
What is it?
So it's not on the menu,
Horseradish
but if you
mustard?
go into Naples Ribco and you get like the spicy Louisiana sausages, like the bites, ask them for the spicy horseradish mustard. They will literally go back and mix it and give you a single serving. They mix it right up for you and
Ooh.
bring it out. Takes it to a whole nother level. The bartender there, I kind of wish I could remember his name. He was like, "Hey, do you guys like
Do you remember
it's like
this?
spicy?" And I was
fuck
like, "Heck yeah, let's try it." And he goes, "He brought out. It's not that spicy, but it gives it a little kick and just kind of
Do you
takes."
remember the sushi place we went to last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, with the toothpick?
Yes,
Oh my god, this
Yeah.
place in Seal. They
On
dipped
Main
it.
Street.
sushi. No, sushi
If you're going
Roycon.
down PCH to the left of it, Ryoki starts with an R.
It's in the strip center over by
Pavilion.
Coaches and
Oh,
Pavilions in that strip center.
And Francelli's is over
I
there,
was
or whatever.
crying.
Or
It
Fin
was
bars.
good, but it would hurt.
Fin bars. Yeah,
Fin
yeah.
bars is over.
Uh-huh.
You're-
Really? Good
Dude.
sushi?
Oh, the sushi's good, but the hot sauce.
Really?
Holy shit, dude.
Really?
Dude, it'll put us to the test.
Fuck, we
Right.
should go.
Yeah,
We always look for a new sushi place, and we always end up going back to Sushi on Fire. 'Cause
You
it's
like-
so
Yeah,
fucking
Sushi on Fire is
good.
Oyster shooters? 'Cause
Oh,
that's
love
what you
them.
could put it in.
Oh,
That's what-
really?
yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do
Well,
something.
we'll go
Maybe
get
that'll
to
be the
go.
next alcohol of the week.
There
Oyster
you go.
shooters to go. Actually, speaking of alcohol of the week, since it is make poor choices, if you guys recommend any booze, send it our way. Let's try it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, especially small batch local stuff. I think that we had for St. Patty's Day on the last episode we had Jameson and the big brands. Obviously, we love them and they're kind of staples in our
Yeah.
bars. But it's kind of more fun to me to try new kind of offbeat things.
Yeah.
So like I like Loch and Union because it's small up and coming brand. I want to try stuff from Portuguese Blend and also Willie's Tin Shop just because they're here locally. And be also pretty cool to get those guys to come on and talk to us
Yeah, absolutely.
when this is all said and done. So, any hidden gems that you guys know of? That would
Send the
be
tequila my way.
Yeah. You have
tequila.
all the tequila, buddy.
Well, if we bring in tequila,
That's true. I'll try it.
he's got to try it.
I
So
will.
that's
I
kind
will
of
drink anything you send me.
the obligation.
Send them
Of,
to shoot the root.
ooh.
Hey, they serve alcohol to go now. We go right
That's
by
true.
Shannon's.
I'd rather shoot the root than shoot the
root to
dog.
go. Oh god, yeah.
Done both.
Shoot the what?
The one that dogs.
The shoot the dog?
thing where you
Oh,
get a
shoot the
hat.
dog. I thought you were still talking about Shannon. So I was like, wait, what have I
Well,
heard?
shoot the root and then
I think
Yeah.
it's like Everclear or something,
it's
right?
it's a
It's a hot dog.
slice of a cocktail weenie that's soaked in Everclear
Oh god.
in a shot of Everclear with like mustard in it or something.
I'd rather go to
I think it's
Chris.
mustard and relish.
Mustard and something.
And
I did
ketchup.
It was pretty terrible.
I mean, that's kind of the point. That's why they give you a hat.
Yeah.
That's why they give the hat. We know you
I
suffer.
feel sorry for you.
Avoid the sun. Here you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I do want to talk to Drew this week on the LB Crew page. We posted kind of a dreamy picture. I don't know if you saw it. We posted a picture of a wave in Long Beach. It was. I'll put it up on the screen for everybody watching at home. But it was this clean
Oh,
lines,
we got waves here in Long Beach.
beautiful. I don't know if we do right
You
now.
tell us
That's
Mr.
your
Surf
job.
report.
So
It's
we're
breaking 2 to 3 inches outside all week.
67.
cruise ships are blocking
Do you
it
guys
away.
remember a few years ago? Was it when we did have waves? Might have been like 10 years ago.
No,
the waves here in Long Beach?
we tend to get at least one storm a year that sends waves through that southern channel.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we're-
Northwest swell
when
will come
did
in.
drones get somewhat popular? Because I remember it was like right in the beginning stages of drones. This poor guy was trying to fly the drone, but all the equipment was on the ground. Like you were strapped in a wire to the equipment.
It was a
And the
non-cordless
wave
drone.
came. Yeah, exactly. It was
Just
like right in the
wrecked
beginning
it.
of drones. And this guy's trying to fly, pull, fly. So the wave didn't come in. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, I've always wanted to surf Long Beach. I missed it on the last time.
yeah, so I was lucky enough a few times growing up to get out there because we lived down
You
that.
live right there,
Yeah, we lived right down that way. So there were some days where it was almost like if you went down to the southern jetty, it was almost like the wedge, like a mini version. Obviously, it was
Really?
not that big, but
Yeah.
it would bounce off. It would
because it's the angle of the break wall where it comes.
right.
in.
So it would curve in, and then it would bounce off the jetty, and you
Yeah.
get this like kind of shot up peak where they kind of come together.
Oh, nice.
Just like the wedge, and so it probably would be, I don't know, 5 to 6 feet. I mean, we never got like massive, but you get out there and tried to surf it at first, but then you're like, you know what? Like we'll grab out the little sponge boards and go out there
Yeah.
and just kind of tuck in and just kind of let it close on you and slide up
I
the beach.
wish,
but
man. I wish we could. I wish there's waves. It'd just be better for, I don't know, everything. So that water,
you
in
know
the,
what we
the
need
water in the
is-
bay is
you know
just like
how-
stagnant.
Bolsa Chica does every one of those bathroom snack shacks is now a restaurant in Huntington.
Yeah.
Wine bar, sea legs, this, that. We need that in Long Beach.
Well, they have Alfredos.
No, but we need
Yeah,
them
they
at
have some-
every, like, Granado. What's the other one? Like, Cavina or something like that. Every one of those could be a cool little...
I saw online that they're doing the Alfredos at like underneath the villa by off shoreline. They're doing a huge renovation.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if they've broken ground on it or what, but they released the plans. I think through the Gazettes.
That was a
Or-
while ago. They were supposed to do that
Well, I think they were supposed to break ground on it, and I don't know.
because it was
The
going to be a
progress.
whole. It's right where the beach path goes into
Where it
downtown,
ends, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
They were supposed. Yeah, that was like 2-3 years ago.
No. This was recent. This
Maybe
was
they
within the
redid
last
it.
year where
Okay.
they re-proposed. I think they
Maybe
probably
it was a year ago.
By the way,
I have,
we took
again, I have no
Aqua-
concept of time. So,
We took the Aqua Link a couple weeks ago. That is the most underrated designated driver ever.
were you with us on the day we did the bar hopping?
Could be.
You were there.
Yes.
It was all of us. It was Mally was like
Think of
7 or 8 months old, and we started at
Well, that was the first bar hopping. We did it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did
When did we do that? 2 months ago?
with everyone
Wait, are you talking about...
Not everyone.
except for
Like 6 people.
yeah. That's
Yeah. Not
cool.
everyone.
I'm sure I was
My
busy.
invite was in the
Yeah,
mail,
I think-
Right. Yeah.
So, USPS.
Yeah, right. Coronavirus. That's
You have 2 kids now, so
So I can take them places.
just put one on the front and one on the back.
Exactly. Yeah.
There
Well,
you
the
go.
big one can walk, and the little one just sits there. So
Next time
At what age can you stop saying the big one?
I don't know.
with girls.
with girls, probably 6.
It's my girl with the big one.
Yeah. I guess it's better saying the big one than the bigger one. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we went, and I'll never forget because we were on. They serve alcohol on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
And it looks exactly like a city bus.
Yeah.
The interior is but it's perfect. $5.
So yeah, it's $5. You can do the app to buy the tickets, and then I remember I had. I think I was holding Mally, and they serve it in a plastic cup with the lid and the straw. And this was right when she was starting to drink out of straws, and so I had like a Jameson and ginger ale or something like that. And she kept trying to grab the straw, and I was like, "Oh, here you go." So she grabs the straw, she puts it in her mouth, and she starts to suck it up, and the alcohol is going up
Oh,
the
no.
straw. And I could see it, and I was like, "I'm just gonna pull it away, right?" Well, at the last second when I pull it away, she goes, and she gets like a mouthful of Jameson and ginger ale, at like 8 or 9 months old. And by the time we got off the boat, she took like a 2.5 hour nap. I was just like, "All right."
Okay.
So maybe not all the time, but I
If
can
you need a
see,
real big break.
I mean, just little nip,
He
take
thought
the
he,
edge off.
he thought he was safe until that night. She's like,
Yeah,
another round,
right,
Dad.
yeah,
Another
yeah.
round.
It's all right. My mom used to tell me that when we were younger, we'd start to teeth.
Mhm.
She would take
That's the
whiskey.
thing,
You
right?
take
And
whiskey
then
and
rub it on the
rub it
gums.
on your gums. So,
You
it's
got
not.
whiskey? I got Long Island iced teas when I was a toddler. It's a weird. Like,
You got the whole
I got
mixture.
Zimas. This is
yeah,
bullshit.
right?
So it's
Zimas were the White Claws before White Claws, so
And then
They
before
were.
that, what was the
They
one
failed,
that looked
though.
like a battery? The can was a decoration of like a battery. It was kind of orangish.
Four Loco,
No, even before that.
because that was
I know.
after. I don't know.
I was walking down 2nd Street drinking this drink, not realizing there's alcohol on it. And then my buddy was like,
And
oh,
you
you're
were
pretty
7
brave.
or 8, or
No. There's a huge gap here. Probably 21. I had no idea there's booze in it. Just walking down the street. I don't know what.
Steel Reserve?
No, it was.
And that's just silver.
That's
I
just a
don't
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't-
who knows what it was, but it was.
I don't know if anybody knows what the
first energy drink.
alcoholic energy drink that Drew drank when he was younger, please let us know.
Free beer.
I will.
For
Anybody
whoever.
that does know, if you reach out to me and tell me without looking it up, though, I don't know how I'm going to prove
Cheaters.
that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a free hat from LB Crew.
Yeah.
So
We'll let you light.
I mean, it wasn't good. I don't recommend it to anybody.
no, I just want to know. I just want to know what it is, and I don't want to look it up. So
I saw a guy
someone just
shotgun
reach out.
Four Loko one time.
Did he die?
Well, his eyes were like bloodshot right after.
I hate.
Oh
those
my
videos.
gosh!
He probably did.
You know, these
By now.
videos-
I never had one. Well, I had a sip of one, and that was enough to me never to have one again. So I was like, I'd just rather have a beer.
I was.
It was gross.
It's disgusting. I
I
don't
missed
know.
that Four Loko phase as the like hardcore one, and then I remember when they came out with the less or the more toned
Why?
down one.
Why do you miss that?
No, I missed it.
Like,
Oh,
I
you-
never. No.
Oh man, that
missed
just sounds like
I
what the fuck is
missed
wrong with you?
That
dude?
was the normal drinking. That was like after all.
Oh, okay.
crazy
Yeah.
drink.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I just
Why do
felt,
you miss it? Definitely don't miss it.
I just felt like the Four Locos should have just leaned into their advertising, and they should have just put like somebody that was overweight, smoking a cig, drinking a Four Loco on a porch
Hey, do you really think Corona's
in a
bummed,
white beater.
bummed right now because of this whole thing?
Who?
They're advertising Corona, the beer.
Am I
Coronavirus.
not?
You heard jokes in the beginning like, oh, Corona's
People are
bummed.
having fucking coronavirus themed parties and buying Coronas.
That's true.
It probably started off bad, and then everybody started leaning into it, and so then they got an
There's some
uptick
dumb
after
people
that.
out there, though. There's some people like, oh my god, don't drink Corona.
People are idiots.
Yeah.
You saw that thing at Costco.
I mean, look at us.
Not you guys, though.
Not our listeners. Well, some of you might be dumb, but you're our listeners, so we at least like you.
A really good lawyer.
There was like the video going down the Costco alcohol aisle, and everything was out except for the Coronas,
Oh,
I
really?
never saw that.
untouched.
So there really is people thinking that this is giving you Corona.
Again, a lot of stupid people out there.
Or somebody in Costco was restocking and decided to make it look that way.
Could be.
You gotta
But
remember,
there's people walking around.
In the beginning of this whole
And
thing,
how do you? When
I
is an
thought-
alcohol aisle completely empty?
I don't
Black
know.
Friday.
Especially at Costco with the amounts that they have.
I don't know.
Every alcohol aisle I've been down has been largely untouched, and the toilet paper aisles have been decimated. I'm like, people have their wrong priorities.
When I went into Ralph's, they came out and they're like, there is a limit on everything in the store except for fresh produce and booze. And I was just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm set.
Yeah.
In the beginning stages of this disease, I was like, does this make you shit a lot? Like, why is everybody rushing to get toilet paper? I still have no idea why that was the thing for this year that people needed. Is there a reason?
Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
refer back to 30 seconds ago when I said people are idiots.
Oh, okay.
People are idiots.
Don't bark that.
Don't panic. You know,
Yeah, but toilet paper?
there is, yeah, I don't know. They're
This-
saying that water.
2020 is like, spokespeople is like, yeah, toilet paper, the big black guy with the huge dick. What else are we seeing a lot? Tiger people? Tiger King?
Tiger King. We just start.
We're only 2 or 3 episodes in.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
It's
it gets
hard,
good.
man. We only have like 2 to 2.5 hours a night to watch TV
What do you do
without
all
the
day?
kids.
They're only hour episodes.
Okay, it's kind of no. They're like 48 minutes.
Yeah, so not even an hour. So
Yeah.
now you're just making my case
Honestly,
for me.
you
You have
It's
to.
harder. Listen,
No, Bryce, you don't
guys
need to
have
rush through it.
kids.
You don't
Okay.
need to rush through it. I might. You don't need to rush through it. It's
Have you not watched it?
It makes your brain dumber and dumber the more you watch. I know I'm watching it.
Okay.
but it's
What
not
episode are you on?
like 2.
Yeah,
3
we're
maybe?
2 or 3.
We got through it.
I think we're.
Did she kill her husband?
Oh, for sure she did,
I'm not at that part yet.
dude.
I think she did. No,
That's
they
episode
never
2.
tell you.
Oh, they never did.
Oh.
No.
Don't tell me
Okay, did you see the music video that he made about her?
Which one?
Oh,
There's multiple.
Here, kitty, kitty. And the replica lady is feeding human
It
like
looks
body parts
almost
to
like her.
that. I was laughing so hard. That is one of the most ultimate power moves I've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure this dude is an absolute trash bag and a lunatic, but that is fucking
that.
hilarious.
Is he still alive?
Yeah,
He's
he's
in
in, he's in jail.
Oh, I mean, I get it. Episode 2 or 3.
Oh,
They
wow.
say that in the beginning.
They
like,
say it in the very
he's
beginning.
like calling in.
I like to start things 10 minutes
He's in-
in. So.
I could miss a little bit. It
We've
gives a
been-
little more intrigue to
We've
the
been
rest of
having
the.
to.
Oh,
We've been
wonder.
watching that, and then we watch Ozarks. That just came out last Friday. So if you ever watch that show, it's
I hear it's good. I'm trying not to watch too much TV.
it's fucking
I fell
Try not
asleep
to-
in my kitchen.
yeah.
Try not to watch the news. The
I'm not
news.
trying to watch anything.
The news is
Yeah.
depressing.
We have to, like I said, we have to kind of determine what we watch when our kids are awake, because my wife and I, we watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, which that show's hilarious.
Even your little 3-year-old doesn't understand
And
the
so,
jokes.
yeah, my almost 3-year-old's laying on the couch, and we're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he just goes, "What the fuck?" And Mally goes, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, can't watch TV with swear words in it anymore." So yeah, we're trying. You can't like laugh, and you can't like immediately scold her, because it's like if you bring attention to it, or like, and now she knows it's bad, she's gonna do it all the time.
Yeah, she doesn't want. You don't want to reinforce it, and you don't want to
Exactly.
be overly, because then she'll be rebellious.
So we just kind of like sit there and like try to like hold our laughter in and like not look at
So
her.
my brother's kids are like, they range, I'm going to say 8 to like 12, okay? So there's a school next door to where they live, elementary school. Now, I guess every student gets a laptop. That's
Uh-huh.
the new norm.
Yeah,
A Chromebook
Whatever it is.
from Google.
Who
Yeah.
cares? So these little guys are playing on the playground, hanging out, people, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know the details, but they just decided to commandeer a good amount of laptops.
Steal.
Mm-hmm. And they take them home, and obviously kids have their own, like, wow, I found these next to the things in the trash, And my brother's reaction, okay, whatever, I believe you. You believe your kids.
Yeah.
And then it turns into, I actually found them outside the trash can on the table. Okay, I actually found them outside the table in the classroom.
Yeah.
And just like you said, my brother's like trying to parent, trying not to laugh, trying to realize how fucked this is. There's 7 brand new laptops in his house. You know what I mean? And so like it was like I'm watching his eyes go, okay, I can't show emotion. I can't show in his mind, he's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then these kids are dumb. I love them to death, but they go back to the school with the laptops, okay?
Yeah.
Asking a random staff member to unlock them for them. Like, hey, could you open this and make it work for me? Like
the
yeah,
passcode.
worst criminals
Oh,
ever. So you're
man.
8 years old, don't steal laptops.
There's many times where we'll be parenting, and I will be having to be the stern parent.
Good cop, bad cop?
And Tracy's trying not to laugh, and I can hear her, and so I'm trying not to laugh. And like same thing.
Yeah.
One parent is like having to be the bad cop, and the other parent is like out of the room trying not to laugh, just because of the dumb stuff they do. It's just like you can't. They're like so adorably cute, and you're
What
like,
do you
I
think you
can't.
guys tried to get away with? And you could have gotten away with. Now, what did you not get away with?
What do you mean?
Grown up parents.
Like when I was a kid,
Yeah.
or dude, I don't know. I remember one time I was trying to get a thing of juice out of the top shelf of the fridge, and it just dropped and like all over the kitchen. And so I just went and hid under like the coffee table and just sat there for like 20 minutes, like waiting for my mom to come down, and she like just never did. And so I just sat there, and then like I think it was like an hour later, I'm like still sitting there hiding. And
Smart.
my mom comes out, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, I was printing out report cards in 7th grade. I remember getting
What?
caught for that. Yeah. And I remember I was
Your
like,
own?
no,
Like,
I was like selling them. Oh, I wasn't proud, okay, people, but like it just happened to work that way. Yeah, but I remember it was way before like scanning. I don't know. I was just making report cards and getting caught, getting sent to the office. You call your mom. Your mom walks in and just having to explain to her like, "Oh, I'm selling report cards." Yeah, that's
a true
parenting.
entrepreneur.
Yeah, right. Starting young.
From the beginning.
Imagine parenting and that happens. Like, what do
Yeah.
you say? Like,
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. I was pretty lucky growing up. I had an older brother, and you're the eldest, right? No, you had an older sister, but she was
She's
much older. So I had an older brother, so I just kind of was able to see what he'd mess up, be like, oh, I don't do that,
Mhm.
like be a little slicker here or there. But so I didn't necessarily get caught. I did stuff, but for the most part, I kind of lucked out. I got only a handful of spankings, and the things that will remain unsaid. But
I did
you know,
laundry list.
we had a lot of fun.
Did you guys have that thing in high school where it was like on campus detention, but it was like a separate room?
Yep.
What was the name of that?
Suspension.
I forget.
I got suspended for wearing sandals.
Yeah, I got sent there because I bought
We're now.
I bought a counterfeit off-campus pass.
Ooh, I
'Cause
remember those. Yeah,
my
yeah,
mom, for lunch, like you could go off campus,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom wouldn't sign the form for me to
Yes.
do it because my grades weren't that great. So I just paid $20. And
I
have one
remember that.
made.
And it was just a stupid sticker, but who cares? It was
Oh,
like
ours
ours,
was like
gold back then. It was worth the $20 just to.
ours was like an actual ID card. You got.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I had a guy. He had a picture of me, and he like this was before
You had a
like
lunch pass guy?
yeah.
I got a guy. I'll send him to you.
And he like
We get a guy.
on Microsoft Paint, like, had the thing, so it was, like, super sketchy, but it was, like, cut out of the card onto another card. It was, like, not even, like, all photoshopped in one. It was, like, layers. So I would, like, be in the back of the card just, like, flashing it real quick, and then one time they're like, huh, what's that? Get out. Let me see that. And I'm, like, standing there next to the guy checking them as everyone's going out, and people are, like, laughing at me. It's like, I got Saturday school. And
Yeah, I remember being in suspension, asking other people, what'd you
Good
do?
times.
Oh, I stabbed my friend with a pen. What'd you do? Oh, I cheated in this. What'd you do? I wore sandals. It was, like, the worst reason to get suspended.
Miss Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh,
A golf cart.
there's some memes rolling around with her on them. Do you know that?
Oh,
Where she's just like in a golf cart, just like this.
She's still alive.
I don't know if she's still. I don't know. I don't think she's at Wilson anymore. So, but she was a rather rotund lady
Mm-hmm.
with a shortish haircut and a very red face. And then she would get mad at you. Her face would get even redder. So she definitely inspired a lot of fear in our generation. So it was very memorable. But our lunch guy Omar, do you remember him? Do you remember Omar? Tall guy with like one big dread off the back. Constantly looked baked out of his mind.
Probably was.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know if that was just him. Nicest guy ever.
Oh, for sure.
Probably nicest guy ever. But he was always just like, yeah. So you had one of those fake stickers up? You never had a problem.
Yeah.
He was just like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Just make sure you come back. So it was kind of nice to have at least. It's like two ends of the spectrum. Miss Broadway, who was like,
I do not miss high school.
who was like
Fine,
just
though,
like
we
cranked
don't-
down dictator on
Yeah.
like whether your shirt's tucked in, whether you're wearing sandals, which you
Seriously?
knew better. You can wear topsiders.
So we had uniforms in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had uniforms from first
Straight
grade,
on, yeah.
first grade to senior year of high school.
Fuck that.
It helps, man.
Speaking of elementary school, I heard our buddy Ben Fisher
Mhm.
sold the elementary school
How do you
he was
buy
a real
one?
estate agent for that transaction.
Do you know what today is?
April 1st?
Oh, was that an April Fool's joke? Damn, you got me good. I thought that was real.
You clearly didn't watch the end. No, he got me too at first, and
I
then I
didn't watch
watched.
the video. I just saw the headline.
I watched to the
I was really
end.
proud of
He
him.
bought a school, or he sold
A public elementary
I didn't
school.
even think. Maybe it wasn't public. I didn't go there. I don't know.
How many animals do you have today, buddy?
Okay.
Shout out to the Ben Fisher team because you're
I really thought it
You
was.
fucking got him.
you're getting some
You
free
fucking
press
got
because of
Ben,
Mr.
hello,
Goal
buddy.
over here.
You can sell schools.
You guys have any April Fool's jokes that you played either this year or in the past?
This whole quarantine has been a joke. We're all afraid when we go back to work.
I
now.
wish.
I don't think so.
My wife likes to play them, and she last year sent a picture of her. She's a dental hygienist,
Mm-hmm.
and so she has to do everything with her hands. And so she sent a picture of an arm in a cast to her
Yeah.
boss, and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I fell and broke my arm." And then she has a new office this year, and she wanted to send a joke, but she felt like the times were probably not the best.
Yeah,
so
probably not.
she just told them what the joke was. We're not gonna have any children, and so she was gonna send them a picture of a sonogram
Yeah.
that says she's pregnant, and be like, "Oh, sorry, I can't come back to work when this is all over."
I don't
So
think I thought nobody was doing April Fool's jokes until you just told me the Ben thing.
yeah, you got good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. No, April Fool's jokes are fun. Maybe next year we'll have April Fool's contest. Maybe people can send in and video them playing tricks on their kids or friends and do like a whole compilation or something. Be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be.
So, but today's April 1st. We're shut down for a whole another month. What are you guys' plans for the month?
We were supposed to go camping in a couple weeks.
What are you going to do instead?
We might put a tent in our backyard.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Still going camping.
Yeah, still gonna go camping. So I don't know. We my birthday is May 1st. So
We were gonna go to Six Flags for your birthday.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's April 30th, right? They said may end the safer at home order. So if that's the case, your birthday may have a whole new meaning to the country.
Bryce has been trying to get us to go to Six Flags for his birthday for the last
Well, he says
I
that, but
made Tracy take a day off work one year.
Oh, you
I
did?
dragged her with me.
Good.
he
She
said
was like, "What the fuck?"
he
is
says
wrong
that-
with you?"
but last year I was finally available to go, and he bailed. So
That's true. Why? What was I doing?
I don't remember, but I'm just gonna, at this point, nobody needs to feel guilty any
My grandpa
longer.
was sick.
Okay, now we can play
Yeah.
that
I don't know if I trust you because it's
Yeah.
April 1st. You telling the truth?
He died.
I love
Not
you.
that day, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
But
no.
in mouth disease,
Not Corona, right?
Yeah, so no, way before that. But yeah, so I was down there with my grandpa last year. So that's why, because I wanted to go.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember that now you say it, but
And then I know I was bummed. I was like, "Yeah, be fucking kidding me!" The one time I actually got someone to go Six Flags with me, now I can't go.
well, I've never been to Six Flags.
Yeah,
That's the other side of the coin. It's like
I've never been.
I've never.
You've never
I
been?
know, I
We
know.
gotta fucking go. You like roller
I'm free
coasters?
now.
I mean, will it be like
Holy shit.
Zombieland?
I can fit on them.
I'll pay your fucking ticket, man. It is so much
Wait,
fun.
will it be like Zombieland right now when they go to the fun park and it's dead and empty? We just go this year.
Actually,
Turn on the machines
No,
ourselves?
think about that. The first day this quarantine thing's done, I bet you there's going to be pretty open. We should plan something.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So
No one's gonna
hopefully
be
your
rushing.
birthday we'll have a new meeting. Like I don't know, national like quarantine free day. I don't
Yeah.
know, but like I don't know what we're gonna call it. Maybe we'll have a
Yeah.
come up with a name, but
We wanted to do the Hot Wings challenge party. Is what we were thinking about doing.
For your birthday?
Yeah, we are gonna do a couple people. Remember? And we were gonna do
We could go back to
the
the
hot
sushi
ones?
place and
Yeah.
get that hot sauce.
like
So-
this show. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that'd be
So
fun.
we were gonna do kind of
Can we film
our
it?
own hot ones. Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just
and
checking.
it would be
That'd be fun.
10 questions, and we'll get a couple people, and so if we can, we'll do it.
Oh,
I
I'm
gotta
in.
start ordering hot sauces online.
Well, we got one courtesy of
Yeah, the new
Sticker Mule. We got new stickers for the podcast.
But still at the deep fryer again. That you still need to clean.
You should sous vide the wings though. I like that too.
Whoa, I returned it how it was given to me. Okay, but no, we sous vide the wings last time.
Yeah, I like the
Right?
sous vide wings and then you grill them up
And
a
then
little
you
bit.
grill 'em.
Give them a little crisp
Yeah,
because then they're super tender all the way through.
or I'll just buy an air fryer.
I have an air fryer.
You have an air fryer?
I do.
Boom.
Boom, they're done.
We gotta make like
I know.
A lot of
the
wings.
air fryer toaster oven size is like
I don't know. If we're still in
Like-
quarantine. It's only us anyway. So
yeah, that's true. So we'll figure
we
it out.
can air fry them and then just like keep them in the oven, keep them warm.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be fun. So
But that's what I want to do.
it'd be a fun birthday. My birthday's only a few days later, so
do you have the Rona?
So
You just coughed.
it was a sneeze.
Was it?
sneeze, cough.
It was a sneeze.
Was
Same thing.
It was a sneeze.
It's all right. My allergies have been crazy today, so I'll.
Call
I'll
me
give you-
now and vote. Was that a sneeze or a cough?
But so
Next
that
month's episode is a memorial.
The Derek and Drew show. Bryce is a little occupied at the moment.
Yeah. So that's nothing. What about you guys? What you guys got going on?
working. Luckily, the majority of my clients still have things going on. So Belle Isle Marketing and Design is up and running, but for now, wife is off work, so she thinks she's my project manager, which is always interesting. She comes in and cracks the whip a few times a day, and I'm like, "You're distracting me." She, no, I'm in here telling you what to do, and I'm like, "No,
That's even worse. How
Hey,
is that better?
you're distracting me." But got a new computer coming for my birthday present.
What kind of computer?
It's a new Apple. A lot more space, so we'll be able to process these episodes quicker. Sorry, the St. Patty's Day podcast took a little bit to get out, but it should be out.
Nah, it's the anticipation. They've been waiting.
Anticipation of
There
it
you
all.
go.
But
Yeah.
having a larger computer will allow me to process the videos and keep things on them a little
When's your
longer.
birthday?
3 days after yours,
The 4th.
the 4th.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
Yes, that's right. I got another buddy who has that birthday too. So
So yeah, we're gonna go to the river with family.
River's closed.
Just yeah, it's close, but it's a place to kind of feel like you're away but not be away. You can go just kind of hang out with the in-laws.
Mhm.
Do that probably for their 40th anniversary. We're like, what are we going to be able to do? We can't have a big party we wanted to have,
Yeah.
so we're just going to all kind of
You can
hang
always push
out.
the party back.
Pardon?
You could push the party back.
We might, but this is their actual 40th anniversary, so we're gonna just all go hang out and be
40
together.
years and 6 weeks.
Otherwise, 40 years. At that point, though, really, like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
40 years later, it's a long, long time. But yeah, so just kind of keep on keeping on. Hopefully, we'll get to do this again sometime a little bit in 2-3 weeks from now, so that way we can keep content going for everybody. But what are you working on, my man?
Waiting for one of you guys to call in and say you have a warehouse I can rent to paint the boat.
Okay, so wearing gloves for a whole nother reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys, this has been fun. We're gonna
Yeah.
pour another round here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our Facebook live
Mhm.
for anybody that's watching, and we'll catch
Facebook
you
or
next.
Instagram. Both? Same?
Reddit.
One is it? Yeah, that one's not even like a make poor choices one though. That's just like whoever is randomly watching.
Yeah, we'll do both. We'll do
Yeah.
Instagram and Reddit
Facebook.
and Facebook. Both.
Okay,
I don't
let's
know.
go.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll
Anyways.
catch you next time. Later, boys.
Adios.